Hello all, I am P.W. Ingre working as an assistant professor at Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon in Mechanical Engineering department. So up till now, we have discussed the basic difference between impulse turbine and reaction turbine. Okay. So today we will discuss about compounding of steam turbine and why compounding is required and what are the different methods of compounding. So compounding is nothing but methods of reducing rotor speed. So here you see, generally compounding is done for impulse turbine. So in simple impulse turbine, if the steam is expanded from the boiler pressure to the condenser pressure in one stage, why we are saying to condenser pressure? Because steam after expansion in the turbine, it goes to condenser. See, steam turbine is used in a steam power plant. And what are the main components of steam power plant? Number one is boiler. So boiler generates steam at high pressure. Number two is steam turbine. So this high pressure steam will be converted into mechanical energy, and mechanical energy will be converted to electrical energy. Then next is condenser, and then feed pump. Okay, so that's why we are saying what steam is expanded from boiler pressure to condenser pressure. So if it is expanded in one stage, the speed of rotor become tremendously high. Okay, so it may have some practical complications. So because of high speed of rotor, there may be a damage of rotor or damage to various components or parts of rotor, including shaft, okay, or bearing. So methods which use a multiple system of rotor in series, keyed on a common shaft as steam pressure or jet velocity is absorbed in stages. So compounding is nothing but multi-staging of impulse turbine. So compounding we are doing for velocity reduction, or to use the high velocity in number of stages, to use the high pressure in number of stages, or it may have a pressure velocity compounding or reaction turbine. Okay. So we'll see one by one what is velocity compounding. So steam is expanded through the stationary nozzle from boiler or inlet pressure to condenser pressure. So the pressure in nozzle drop and kinetic energy of steam increases. So initially the steam expansion is taking place in the nozzle. So pressure will be converted into kinetic energy. Portion of this available energy is absorbed by row of moving blade. Okay. So then it flows to the second row. The function of this second row, function of this fixed plate in the second row is to redirect the steam flow without altering its velocity to the following next row of moving blade, and where again work is done on them and steam leaves the turbine with a low velocity. So we'll see the diagram. Here you see what is this? This is velocity compounding. So steam enters in nozzle. Okay. So what happens in nozzle? This is velocity reduces. Sorry, pressure reduces, so velocity increases. Okay. Pressure reduces, velocity increases. Then next, now it is going to next, that is moving blade. So here velocity reduces because it will be absorbed by the moving blade. Okay, and now pressure remain constant. Then it goes to where? Fixed blade. Now the function of fixed blade only to redirect the steam. This is straight line actually. Okay, so you see here in last PPT, the function of fixed blade is what? To redirect the steam flow without altering its velocity. Okay, so here there is no reduction of velocity. Then again it is going to what? Next moving blade, next stage, that is moving blade. So here you see the arrangement of nozzle and moving blade is stage 1. This is stage 2. So number of stages can be provided for what? For velocity compounding. We are compounding velocity. Compounding means we are reducing velocity and we are taking the help of that velocity to convert into mechanical power, and mechanical power will be converted to electrical power, and this is nothing but velocity compounding. So compounding is done to reduce the velocity through the stages, is nothing but velocity compounding. Pressure remain constant throughout. Okay. Now next is pressure compounding. Now here figure shows the ring of fixed plate incorporated between the rings of moving blade. The steam at boiler pressure enters the first set of nozzle and expand. Here you see. So I will first explain this. Okay. Then we will read the how it is working. Okay. How pressure compounding turbine works. So initially this is nozzle blade, nozzle blade, nozzle blades. Okay. So in nozzle pressure reduces, velocity increases. Then it enters in the blade, so pressure remains constant. Here velocity reduces. Why velocity reduces? Because moving blade will absorb that velocity. Okay. Now next stage is the nozzle. Correct. So in nozzle again function of nozzle is to reduce what? Yes, pressure. So pressure reduces, velocity increases. Correct. Again in blade, moving blade, velocity reduces. Why? Because it will absorb the velocity, but pressure remain constant. So here you see, here pressure is constant. Sorry, here pressure reduces, here also pressure reduces, and here also pressure reduces. Means what? You are doing compounding for pressure. That's why it is known as pressure compounding. Now I will read the working of pressure compounding. So figure shows the rings of fixed plate incorporated between rings of moving blade. Okay. So fixed plates, this is fixed blade, are uh, fixed blade, nozzles or fixed blade are incorporated between moving blade. Okay. So figure shows the ring of fixed plate incorporated between the ring of moving blade. Steam at boiler pressure enters the first set of nozzle and expands partially. Then kinetic energy of steam is absorbed by moving blade in stage 1. Then steam is expanded partially in the second set of nozzle. Again pressure fall. Okay. Then kinetic energy again absorbed by secondary. This is repeated stage 3 as steam finally leaves at low velocity and pressure. So number of stages depend on the number of rows of nozzles through which steam must pass. This method of compounding is known as Rétaux turbine or Joule turbine. Rétaux and Joule turbine. So now next is pressure velocity compounding. So this method of compounding is the combination of two previously discussed methods. Okay. So here you see it is a combination of pressure and velocity. The rings of nozzles are fixed at the beginning of each stage and pressure remains constant during each stage. And this method of compounding is used in Curtis. So you see the diagram directly. Now here you see this is what? Yes, pressure reduce, velocity increase, then velocity decrease, pressure remain constant. Okay. Then again it enters in the fixed plate. So these fixed plates are just used to guide the steam to the next moving blade, next stage moving blade. So pressure also remain constant, velocity also remain constant. Now in moving blade, velocity reduces but pressure remain constant. Okay. So it is reduction of velocity, correct? Okay. Then it enters in the fixed plate again. So reduction of pressure. So here reduction of pressure you see here. This is pressure reduces. Okay. Then velocity reduces. Okay. So velocity reduces. That's why it is known as combination of pressure and velocity compounding. Okay. You can see this is Rétaux type turbine, this is Curtis and this is reaction turbine. Now again this generally the diameter of these rotors, okay, a diameter of turbine is increases in the flow direction. Why? Because pressure reduces, so specific volume increase. So to overcome that specific volume, that is increase of volume, the rotor in a flow direction, rotor diameter in a flow direction always increases. Okay. So in next lecture we will discuss about governing of steam turbine. So thank you.